Divers pulled a white male approximately 60 years in age from the water, and now police are looking to the public for help.
In other news, the students at City Honors will be celebrating their expansion with a ribbon-cutting ceremony on Sunday.
21-year-old Marcus Brown is charged with vehicular manslaughter, DWI, speeding, and countless other charges.
Last night's shooting downtown has the police department shutting down car traffic on Main Street from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. A fire on the west side has caused $100,000 in damage. A call came into 911 just before noon. And finally tonight, if you are heading out to the hockey game, don't forget to bring a big bag of non-perishable foods.
A 13-year-old girl became the 10th victim under the age of 16 here in downtown.
Fire officials say the fire was caused by a candle left burning while the family was attending morning service. Of the theater, restaurant, and bar patrons. We will have your reactions tonight at 11. The food bank will continue to offer this drawing until the playoffs begin. That's it for this evening. We will see you here tomorrow night.
Tell us more about this story.
Thank you, Kevin. Next time you run a red light, consider the fact that someone might be taking a picture of you and your car. And if you break the law, expect to get a surprise in the mail. Cameras at 2 key intersections around town will take pictures of red light runners catching them in the act. The company called Peak Traffic began installing test cameras across the state last year. Each camera costs $50,000. Now this program is called the Mark Wandel Traffic Safety Act and is named after a man who was killed at an intersection in 2003 by a driver who ran a red light. The program is designed to collect data that will help lawmakers pass a bill to enforce red light runners. Melissa Randall says the death of her husband was unnecessary and says she is happy to see the state making some progress towards red light runners.
I know that this is going to take time. I knew that when I started it. I knew, I can't have any more disappointments, really, than what had already happened. Everything else is basically positive to be moving in that type of a direction for people to be paying attention.
And here is what is interesting. Under current state law, red light cameras are not legal. You will only be sent a written warning in the mail if you run a light. Lawmakers hope to make these cameras legal someday. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you for that report.
Hundreds of churchgoers are without a place of worship tonight. Their building was destroyed by fire. It took 12 units, several tankers, and 40 firefighters to put the fire out. It is a difficult day for members of the Strong Tower Church of God.
I don't have words to explain, and just I know we're gonna worship God no matter what.
Many churchgoers here in Dover have called this church home for the past 16 years.
It's completely destroyed. The only thing that's left of that is the shell, which is the outside. There's absolutely nothing left on the inside.
The cause of the fire is still unknown, but church leaders are hopeful about the future.
Church is not the building itself, but it's the congregation. Romans 8:28 said that everything works for good. So it's a loss, but it's also going to be a gain. I'm still faithful and trusting the Lord that everything's going to be okay.
Churchgoers say the fire is a painful loss, but church service will take place tomorrow without walls or a roof. The Strong Tower Church of God congregation was already building a new church before today's fire, but it won't be ready until at least the end of the year. Churchgoers will meet at 10 tomorrow for a Sunday service near the burned church. Back to you. Many area residents woke up yesterday to find their tires slashed in what investigators are calling one of the largest crime sprees they've seen. Dozens of flattened tires were reported around the viewing area. Detectives are now working hard to catch the culprits. At the Allied Tire Shop, they're piling up slashed tires.
If you look right here, right there is where they're stabbing it with something, either like a pocket knife or a kitchen knife or something. But they're actually stabbing it into the tires to the point where we can't repair it.
The slashings took place over the weekend. Greg Adams woke up to 3 of his vehicles in his driveway with flat tires.
We're probably looking at, between all 3 cars, at least about $3,000 worth of damage that was done to the tires.
In my 23 years with the Sheriff's Office, this is probably one of the biggest sprees that we've had in a weekend period.
Detectives are asking for the public's help.
Forensics was called on several of the cases. Hopefully we can get some fingerprints off the fenders of the vehicles, eyewitnesses. Somebody out there knows something about this. We're asking that they call us.
Concerned residents are gathering reward money for information leading to an arrest.
Bring these kids to justice and make them realize that, what they think is fun isn't really fun at all. It'll end up in jail. I mean, this is felony what they did.
Residents say they're working to pool their money towards a $1,000 reward. You can contact the Sheriff's Office if you have any information.